Had the chance to talk with Coach Langford, and in that baseball game, the fourth inning got away from him a little bit, did that game against the Grizzlies, and Mustangs looks to bounce back with a good pitching performance here today from Nate Alexander, who will have the ball to start this afternoon. Coach Langford wants to see his ball club do a better job hitting the fastball and pitch it on the outside part of the plate. Wants to see them try to work and drive balls to the right center field gap as opposed to pulling those baseballs. That was a lot of the issue the last time they faced Brock Best. Best will be on the mound again today for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, as I had the chance to overhear their coach talking earlier with Coach Langford, the Grizzlies have been quiet for 11 days, haven't been on the baseball field for 11 days. Mustangs had the chance to scrimmage over the spring break and have kept their stride here. What's been a great start to a 2012 baseball season. Braden, weather's changed on us a little bit, 80 degrees, and teased us and thought spring was here, and now with some rain and snow, reminding us it's not spring yet as the train blows through, but nonetheless a pretty nice day today here. Partly cloudy, sunny skies, and about 60 degrees. Should be a good baseball game.
Most definitely, as we are experiencing the joy of Colorado weather. It's 80 degrees one day and 32 in snow the next, and I wouldn't have picked a better day for baseball. It's perfect. It's sweatshirt and shorts weather if that's how you feel you want to go. But talking to some of the Mustangs here, they were kind of disappointed yesterday got canceled because they were ready to come out and play, and talked to them a little bit about their scrimmage against 3A state champion Faith Christian. They said it felt pretty good. They said they felt they were as an equal team, and they were happy with that because Faith Christian is a very good ball club.
As the Mustangs prepare to take the field here shortly, the Mustangs starting lineup brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. Cargill takes as much pride in the community just as they do the products they provide to their consumers, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. From left to right in the outfield, David Mendez gets the start in left field. Nick Garver's out in center. Jacob Frick out in right field. Misael Franco starts this afternoon at third base. Michael Fitzsimmons at short. Ulysses Hernandez at second. And Aaron Anderson at first base. Justin Flug will be directing traffic from behind the plate. And on the mound, Nate Alexander for the Mustangs. As coaches are meeting with umpires at home plate, and after that meeting ends, Mustangs will take the field and we'll get this baseball game underway. For the visiting Grizzlies, leading off, playing left field, Brad Marks. Batting second, playing second base, Tyler Vasquez. Out in center field, batting third, Jordan Francis. Cleaning things up at first base, Humberto Martinez. On the mound, Brock Best, batting fifth. Catching is Robert Fulton, batting sixth. Michael Graff will be at shortstop, batting seventh. Blake Carlin out in right field, batting eighth. And rounding things off, batting ninth, Mac Malone will be at third base. You have nothing to do this afternoon? Beautiful day for baseball here in Fort Morgan, Colorado. Mustangs home to finish up the Northridge Grizzlies series. Every series this year in Tri-Valley League play, a home and away set. Mustangs getting the sweep against Windsor. And look to wrap things up here today with the Grizzlies before they'll play again tomorrow on the road against Frederick. We'll have that game for you again tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock. And then the Mustangs back here at home on Saturday against that Frederick ball club as coaches shake hands at home plate. Mustangs get their final words of encouragement before they take the field. Warm-up pitch is in order, and we'll be back with the opening pitch. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball on B106, B106.com. Back here, Fort Morgan, Colorado, Eddie Underwood Field, American Legion Ballpark, where the Mustangs get set to take on the visiting Grizzlies of Northridge. As the throwdown's completed by Flug, Misael Franco at the mound with Nate Alexander as we get set to get this baseball game underway. And for the opening pitch here this afternoon, brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offers home health, auto, farm, and business workers' compensation insurance. Alexander gets the sign from Flug. First pitch on its way, taken for a strike right down the middle, and this baseball game's underway. You can follow us all year on B106.com. Click on the appropriate Mustang link up top. Pitch by pitch all season long As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A good breaking ball by Alexander, and the count is quickly a no balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Grizzlies, Brad Marks. 0-2 the count as Nate Alexander works quickly. 0-2 pitch on its way. Curveball just misses outside, ball 1. Nate Alexander, this is his 4th start. He's 1-0 on the mound this year as the 2-1 pitch misses for a ball, 2-2. Nate 1-0 on the year. Pitched with an ERA of 11.81. That brush game that got away from him is mostly to blame there for that high ERA at this point in the season. The 2-2 pitch, curveball just missed. A little bit high and inside as things fill up. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Brad Marks, for the Grizzlies. Mustangs playing straight away. Garver's a little offset and playing pole side out in center as the 3-2 pitch on its way. Fastball just inside, ball 4, and the leadoff hitter's on for the Grizzlies. It's going to bring up Tyler Vasquez, number 25, Tyler Vasquez, the second hitter here for the Grizzlies. As the coach for Northridge runs through a series of signs down at third. A quick throw over by Alexander. Nothing doing on that play. As we've found a baseball here at the backstop and have a stoppage in play temporarily while we collect it. Things back in order here as Alexander gets a sign from Flug. A check of the runner at first. Alexander sets. Right-hander's pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled off right side. That ball's going to go out of play as Alexander jumps ahead again. No balls, 1 strike. Again, a throw over. Nothing doing as Alexander tries to keep that base runner close over at first base. Brad Marks, as now Alexander comes set. 0-1 pitch on its way. Vasquez squares the bunt, instead pulls back, ball 1 as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The second hitter here for the Grizzlies, Tyler Vasquez, just underway. Fort Morgan, Colorado, home game here today for the Mustangs as they take on Tri-Valley League foe, the Northridge Grizzlies. The bunt's down by Vasquez, fielded cleanly by Misael. He's going to have to hurry and does in time as the force out goes 5-3. Sacrifice bunt's going to move up Marks 90 feet to second, and that's going to bring up Jordan Francis, the number 3 hitter for the Grizzlies. Alexander sets, check of the runner, 0-0 pitch on its way, misses outside, ball 1. Breaking ball there from Alexander, got a little bit away from him. Flug did a good job to keep that ball in front. As we've got 1 out, top of the first inning, runner at second base, Marks. Throw again by Alexander, nothing doing as Fitzsimmons puts on a tag. Make sure Mark's aware that they're thinking about him. Misael catches the line drive, and they're going to double up. Marks at second, just as fast as it happened. Pitch was swung on. Good pitch by Alexander. Line quickly to Misael Franco. Throws on to Hernandez for the quick backdoor double play, and that's going to do it for the Grizzlies in the top half of the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. As the Mustangs get set to head to the plate in the bottom half of the first inning. We've got no score. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Snyder with you this afternoon from Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, Colorado, where the Mustangs take on the Northridge Grizzlies. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. The score is 0-0 as the Mustangs get the double play to end the top half of the first inning. Brad Marks got on a leadoff walk, advanced on the sacrifice bunt to second, and on that line drive there by Vasquez, the Mustangs able to put up the runner at second to end the inning. And now look to capitalize and answer here in the bottom half of the first as David Mendez steps in for Fort Morgan. Mendez this year as he takes a slider for ball one. Mendez this year playing in all 8 games. Takes strike one as count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mendez here early this season batting .407 for the Mustangs as he sets to receive the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped as Best now has the advantage. 1 ball, 2 strikes. B106.com all year long. You can follow us pitch by pitch. Click on the appropriate Mustang link. And you can follow us with the Gamecast here from ESPN's iScore application. As Mendez fouls off the 1-2 pitch and stays alive. Brock Best, big, tall right-hander. Same pitcher the Mustangs saw a couple weeks back when they saw the Grizzlies for the first time. 1-2 pitch is taken for a ball by Mendez as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Best 2-2 pitch on its way. Again, fouled off. Mendez doing a good job here. Leadoff hitter making Best work, allowing his teammates to see a variety of pitches here early. As the right-handed big, tall arm Best winds up, delivers the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, high, fly ball, center field. Center fielder collects himself under the baseball and puts Mendez away for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Big, high fly ball there, Braden, as sun shouldn't be an issue here yet, but maybe later in this baseball game as it sets towards the west. It's going to bring up Nick Garver, Mustang's center fielder. Right-handed bat as he gets set to take his first pitch and does. Right down the middle for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch taken down and inside. Ball 1. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. No score. Just underway. Eddie Underwood Field, Fort Morgan, Colorado, where the Mustangs take on the Northridge Grizzlies. Garver shows bunt. Instead takes back. Pitch is called for a strike. Garver's now behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mustangs 6-2 overall, 2-1 in Tri-Valley League play, looking to collect another win here this afternoon. Garver swing on, foul ball collected by Langford. Head Mustangs baseball coach Josh Langford down the third base line.
Nice snag, barehanded.
Showing his team how to play defense there. Garver takes the 1-2 pitch again for a ball as things even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on Garver. Right-hander Best winds up. 2-2 pitch delivers. Swung on left side, fielded cleanly by the third baseman. Thrown across the diamond to the first baseman Martinez for the second out of the inning. Good swing there by Garver. The infield grass, Braden, is a little wet. That may slow the baseball down today. And nonetheless handled cleanly there by the third baseman Mac Malone for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Josh, that's something you and I talked about before the game even started, was how much this grass being wet is going to affect the outcome of this game.
Michael Fitzsimmons steps in for the Mustangs. Mustangs shortstop as he takes ball 1, a little wild and outside from Best. As he's now quickly back in the box. Swung on hard left side, fielded cleanly by Malone. Malone throws across to Martinez, and that's going to do it for the Mustangs in the bottom half of the first inning. They go 1-2-3. After 1 complete and in the books, Mustangs 0, Grizzlies 0. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Eddie Underwood Field here in Fort Morgan, Colorado, where the Mustangs, after 1 complete in the books, head back to work on defense. Humberto Martinez, the cleanup hitter for the Grizzlies, steps in and takes strike 1, a breaking ball by Nate Alexander. No score, top of the second inning. As Nate Alexander works quickly and his 0-1 pitch on the way, a fastball, fouled off left side. As things even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorry, no balls, 2 strikes. Alexander's quickly ahead. Garver again shading pole side out there in center. Everybody else pretty much straight away. As the 0-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, well handled by Flug. So he gets to his knees and keeps that baseball in front. No real wind or breeze here yet this afternoon. It may pick up later, but pretty good day to play some baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon as the 1-2 pitch misses high and outside, ball 2. Count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Grizzlies' Humberto Martinez. As Nate now falls behind with the 2-2 pitch that misses and fills things up. Humberto in that game, when we saw him on the 17th of March, he went 1 for 3 as he fouls the full count pitch off left side and stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the first baseman cleanup hitter for the Grizzlies. Nate Alexander's 3-2 pitch on its way, taken inside. Fastball had a little more run on the inside part of the plate than he probably wanted to, as that's going to be ball 4 to Humberto Martinez, giving the Grizzlies their second runner here this afternoon. Stepping in now is the Grizzlies pitcher, Brock Best. Throw over by Alexander. Mustangs have proven all year they're going to pick off and take advantage of opportunities to get outs with runners on base. As the pitch misses, hits the dirt, gets away from Flug. Flug can't find it and now does. Martinez gets to second easily. Thought about going to third after Flug couldn't come up with the baseball and couldn't find it, but instead decides otherwise and stays put at second base on that wild pitch.
CTO Charlie's for a great used car truck today. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they will find it for you at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan.
1-0 pitch fouled off by Best as the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. The Grizzlies have a base runner out at second. Humberto Martinez reached on the walk and advanced there on that wild pitch by Alexander. No outs, top of the second inning, no score. As the Mustangs, Michael Fitzsimmons and Ulysses Hernandez out up the middle, work the runner at second. Alexander delivers. Pitch swung on, skied into the middle part of the field. Fitzsimmons calling for it and not able to come up with it as it lands right on the pitcher's mound. Fitzsimmons came in with a full head of steam, ran up that pitcher's mound and lost his balance a little bit as the baseball lands just behind him. And with that air, Best is going to reach first, and Martinez is going to advance to third. And the Grizzlies in business here with runners at first and third, nobody out, top of the second inning.
Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center at their new location at 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. They're still getting your hearing to its very best. Misael
Franco ties his shoelace over at third before the left-handed swinging Robert Fulton steps in for the quick throw over by Alexander to the runner at first. First and third situation, good situation here early for the Grizzlies to run. We'll see what happens as the 0-0 pitch on its way by Alexander is taken for a strike on the outer half of the plate. As he jumps ahead, no balls, 1 strike on Robert Fulton. Runners at first and third for the Grizzlies. Humberto Martinez at third, Brock Best at first. As the 0-1 pitch misses, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Robert Fulton. Brock Best actually at first base as a courtesy runner. If I can see the number, I'll relay that to you all. As Alexander sets to deliver his 1-1 pitch, a check of the runners, pitch on its way, curveball outside part of the plate, taken for a strike. As the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Robert Fulton. One-two pitch by Alexander. Fastball just misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, hit to left center field. Garver on the run, lays out, can't come up with it. Everybody's moving. Runner from third, Martinez, scores easily. And on that stand-up double, the Grizzlies now lead the Mustangs here in the top half of the second inning, 1-0.
Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush.
It's going to bring up Grizzlies. Next batter is Alexander sets here. Mustangs in a jam. First pitch swung on and hit hard to right center field. Alexander goes back, and that's going to be a 3-run home run. Garver goes back to the center field fence. Nothing he's able to do with it as that ball is going to be hit out over right center field. It's going to be a 3-run home run. And the Grizzlies here quickly are off to a great start and lead the Mustangs early 4-0.
Buildings by Design. The most important thing to starting a new design build project is picking the right company to build it. Call Pat Walter, Travis Fever, or Jared Samples for your free bid. 970-842-5837. Buildingsbydesign.com.
Coach Josh Langford, the head baseball coach for Mustangs, wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Leadoff walk there. Put the first base runner on. Wild pitch. Got away from Flug. Put the runner at second. The air by Fitzsimmons. Extends this inning, and next thing you know, Grizzlies take advantage of the opportunities as that home run was hit deep, right center field, and this game's been blown open here 4-0. Only in the top of the second inning. Coach Langford wanting his team to forget about this stuff early here, as you'd like to see them bounce back. A lot of baseball left for the Mustangs to do so. They keep their heads on straight and let this go here and get back in this ball game. We've got no outs, top of the second inning. Mustangs trail to the Grizzlies 4-0. Alexander's first pitch to Blake Carlin misses inside. Ball 1. That home run, I don't know if I mentioned the name, but the home run was hit by Michael Graff, the shortstop for the Grizzlies. 3-run home run extends the lead. A 2-0 pitch on the way, taken for a strike as Alexander settles back down here. Top of the second inning, Mustangs trail 4-0. A home game here for Fort Morgan at Eddie Underwood Field, American Legion Ballpark, as the 2-1 pitch is swung on weakly and missed. As the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on Blake Carlin. As Nate Alexander winds up, right-hander's pitch, curveball, misses inside, ball 3. Alexander here working a little hard as he's done a good job to get ahead, but hasn't able to put the hitters away as he's wasted some pitches, but the 3-2 pitch hit short. Stop Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons' throw not in time, as that's going to be an infield single for Blake Carlin. Braden, we talked about it. That grass is slow. Fitzsimmons did his best to charge, but by the time he fielded it, he didn't have much of a chance to make that throw as the base runner, or the batter Carlin, gets down the line quick enough for the infield single.
And Carlin was quick. Fitzsimmons really had to put hurry in that throw.
Alexander's first pitch to the ninth batter, Mac Malone's taken for a strike. Again, Alexander quickly ahead. It's just a question of can he take advantage of getting ahead. He's wasted some pitches and fallen behind in some of these counts. As his 35th pitch on the way is taken for a strike. Now, no balls, 2 strikes on Mac Malone, the 9th hitter in the lineup for the Grizzlies. 4-0 is our score, top of the second. A throw over by Alexander, keeping the runner at first base close, Blake Carlin. And Alexander's 0-2 pitch on its way. The right-hander delivers. Looks like a slider of some kind outside, down and outside, ball 1.
And Josh, you mentioned Alexander not being able to finish batters, it really looks like he hasn't been able to find a pitch that he's comfortable with locating it consistently. We've seen him inside, we've seen him outside.
1-2 pitch just misses a little bit high, ball 2.
As he likes to try and throw that breaking ball, but his breaking ball really hasn't been all that consistent.
Yeah, we've seen a pitch here earlier. I nicknamed it the Alexander. The last time I saw him pitch, it was a knuckleball of some kind. Haven't seen that at all here today. It's pretty much been fastball and a slider of some kind, but nonetheless, he's got to get accurate as the 2-2 pitch misses for ball 3. Full count pitch on its way, swung on and missed, strike 3. The batter's going to be out as the runner moves up 90 feet to second on the pitch that got away from Flug.
Morgan Federal Bank, your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs. From checkings to savings to IRAs, 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Top of the second inning, 1 out. Grizzlies have a runner at second base, lead the Mustangs early 4-0. As the leadoff hitter Brad Marks steps in. His first pitch swung on, fouled off, right side, out of play. Again, Alexander off quickly to quick start, 0-1, the count. He's throwing more strikes than balls, but he's already thrown 40 pitches, and we're not through the second inning. As Alexander's 0-1 pitch misses down and in the dirt, ball 1.
From the interview that you spoke with Coach Josh Langford on Monday, sounded like he knew Alexander's pitch count would be up there, as he did call this day a staff day.
Yeah, they're going to try to use a variety of arms here today and see what that does for them. See if varying the look throws the Grizzlies off guard. But the Grizzlies here quickly have jumped on Alexander's. They've gotten 4 runs in this second inning. The 2-1 pitch on its way, misses low and outside, ball 3. As Alexander's again behind with 3 balls, 1 strike to count on the leadoff hitter Brad Marks. Blake Carlin, the runner out at second base, being worked and kept close by Fitzsimmons. As the pickoff play is put on as Ulysses Hernandez comes back door. Fitzsimmons works that runner, gets out of the equation as Hernandez from second comes back door. Nothing doing, but nonetheless, Mustangs making sure the runner Carlin there at second is aware. As the 3-1 pitch is belted out into center field, a line drive. Garver's throws on its way. It's going to be missed by the cutoff man Anderson, and Marks is going to go to second on that throw that got away from the cutoff man, as the Grizzlies now have runners at second and third. Anderson a little late getting in the middle of the field. Not the best of throws by Garver as it was a little low. Nonetheless, the run did not score. The runner was held at third, but the batter runner Marks is able to advance to second as the Grizzlies now have runners at second and third, and the first pitch is hit hard left field. Both runners are going to score as the stand-up double clears the bases and extends this lead for the Grizzlies. Coach Langford out to the mound and is going to make a pitching change. We'll be back with the substitution, as that's going to do it for Nate Alexander. Top of the second, 1 out. Mustangs trail 6-0. Take a quick break. Be back with you. Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back here at Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, Colorado, where we've got a pitching change for the Mustangs. James Martins, number 7 for the Mustangs, enters the baseball game, as will likely looks like Alexander may be going out to right field. Braden, if I'm correct, but nonetheless, Martins into the baseball game on the mound. That double by Tyler Vasquez cleared the bases and extends the lead for the Grizzlies 6-0. Top of the second inning, with 1 out and the runner out at second base. Ulysses Hernandez at second, Anderson at first, Fitzsimmons at short, Misael stays at third. Martin's now on the mound as Flug continues to direct traffic. Looks like Mendez is still out in left, Garver in center, and Nate Alexander's in right field. Shouldn't do much to the Mustangs batting lineup. as James Martin sets to deliver his first pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, taken for a strike. As Jordan Francis, the number 3 hole hitter for the Grizzlies, takes that first pitch. Martin's working from the stretch to check of the runner at second. His 0-1 pitch on its way. A curveball misses high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jordan Francis. Tyler Vasquez, the runner for the Grizzlies, out at second, being held close by Fitzsimmons, the Mustangs shortstop. As Martins comes set. Now delivers again, curveball, 1-1 misses, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Francis. Top of the second, 6-0 is our score. Mustangs trail. As the 2-1 pitch on its way, swung on, fouled off. As the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Follow us all year, B106.com. Click on the appropriate Mustang link wherever you have internet. Follow us pitch by pitch on the iScore Gamecast application. Anywhere you have an internet feed, we'll be entering it pitch by pitch all season long, B106.com. Martins, 2-2 pitch. Curveball hit sharply to second, fielded cleanly by Hernandez, thrown on to first for the out. The runner Vasquez from second is going to move up 90 feet to third. It's a good piece of hitting there by Francis to look to drive something the other way. Got a good piece of the ball. As Ulysses Hernandez kept it in front and picks up the assist on the out, 4-3. Second out here of the top of the second inning. First pitch taken for a ball. Humberto Martinez. 1 ball, no strikes on the cleanup hitter for the Grizzlies. Runner at third. As the 1-0 pitch misses, ball 2, down and inside. 2 balls, strikes to count on Humberto Martinez. As James Martins, the Mustangs' right-handed pitcher, comes set. 2-0 pitch. Taken inside, strike 1.
Good spot by James.
It was breaking ball, which he hadn't thrown much for a strike here early, but found the strike zone with that one as he looks to fill things up. 2-1 pitch on its way. Right-hander delivers. Fastball hit down the left field line, but foul. As the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the Mustangs look to get out of this jam. Talked to Coach Langford a little bit at length in some interviews and conversation here today. They had a bad inning against Brush. They had a bad inning against Northridge, and quite frankly, this will be their 3rd bad inning of the year. And if you can eliminate the bad innings, this Mustangs ball club has done and fared pretty well this season. As a 2-2 pitch is hit on out center field, collected by Garver for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. Mustangs 0, Grizzlies 6. We'll take a quick break. Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Snyder back here at Fort Morgan. Eddie Underwood Field, home field for the Mustangs at American Legion Park, where the Mustangs trail early in this baseball game to the Northridge Grizzlies, 6-0. Number 4 batter for the Mustangs, Aaron Anderson, playing first base today, steps in for the Mustangs. Anderson, a left-handed swinging bat. Looks to get these Mustangs going, as there's only been a couple innings this year the Mustangs want to forget about. This will be one of them. But the Mustangs looking to regroup as Coach Langford wants his team to bounce back, and a little bit of a fight here with a lot of baseball game left. First pitch misses for a ball. Second pitch swung on and hit hard by Anderson. It's going to be a base hit to right field. Anderson gets down the line easily. As the Mustangs get their first hit, first base runner of the afternoon on Anderson's single. Anderson had a pretty good series against Windsor as well. As the senior looks to rally his ball club here, and James Martin steps in now, gets a quick sign from Coach Langford. Martins gets his first pitch, a breaking ball. He takes it high and for the count, 1-0. Base runner Anderson, batter Martins. Quick check of Coach Langford down the line at third as the right-hander for the Grizzlies. Brock Best comes set. His 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled. Hit hard, but way foul left side by Martins. Had the chance to talk to Coach Langford, always do every Monday, but nonetheless, one of the surprises this season, and he's very happy about it, is James Martins. Martins off to a great start here early in this 2012 season. Played a little bit everywhere on the field and has contributed regularly at the plate as he takes the 1-1 pitch for a ball. James Martins, number 7, now pitching for the Mustangs. Started originally as the DH, but he sets to receive the 2-1 pitch. Takes it down and inside, ball 3. As the Mustangs look to add another runner to the pond. Anderson's down the line at first. Martins has the 3-1 count as he hits the ball down the left field line. Foul. Looked like for a minute that ball was going to stay fair, but hooked on him last second, dropped in foul territory, and the count's going to fill up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here, bottom of the second inning. Leadoff batter this inning, Anderson, reached on the single. Martins sets, takes a 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. And the runners advance 90 feet. Mustangs now have 2 runners on base. As he sees Hernandez, the Fort Morgan second baseman, steps in. Quick check of the coach down the third base line before he steps into the batter's box. Mustangs with base runners Anderson at second, James Martins at first. First baseman playing in front of Martins, the shortstop jockeying with Anderson out at second. Hernandez sets to receive the pitch. Right-hander Best delivers, swung on, hit left side in the 5-6 hole. Anderson's going to be held up at third, and the Mustangs are on business here with the bases loaded. Bottom of the second inning as they look to answer the Grizzlies after that tough top half of the inning. Everybody moves up 90 feet as Nate Alexander steps in and can help himself and help his ball club here with the opportunity to drive in some runs. Nate Alexander started this game on the mound. Second inning got away from him. He moved out to right field, stays in the bat lineup as he takes the first pitch for a ball outside. Good fastball by Best. Best is a big, tall right-hander for the Grizzlies. Throws hard. But that pitch a little bit outside as the count moves 1 ball, no strikes on Alexander. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled right side. Right fielder Blake Carlin giving it chase, but just runs out of room before it hits the ground, and count's going to even up 1 ball, 1 strike on Nate Alexander. Bases loaded. Aaron Anderson at third. James Martins at second. Ulysses Hernandez at first. Alexander hits the ball hard right side. Picked up by the second baseman. Thrown on to first. Alexander's going to be out on the ground out. Anderson's going to score. Martins moves up to third. Hernandez moves up to second. As we've got 1 out. Bottom of the second. Misael Franco steps into the plate with 2 RBI opportunities out there on the base pass. Misael takes a big cut, fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. A good swing there by Misael. As the train gets set to roll through. No balls, 1 strike on Misael Franco, the third baseman for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch, again fouled off. Good cut, 2 good swings by Misael, but he quickly falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Going to have to shorten up that swing with 2 strikes. I'd like to see him put the ball in play here up the middle and collect another run as the Mustangs still trail by 5. Brock Best delivers. Fastball outside, ball 1. Catcher Robert Fulton there for the Grizzlies set up in the left-handed batter's box. That pitch was by design as Best had the 0-2 count in the advantage. Misael swung on, hits the 1-2 pitch out to center. Center fielder Jordan Francis able to track that baseball down. He had a long way to run, but he's a big, tall, lengthy kid able to come up with it. It's going to be the second out this inning for the Mustangs. And that's going to bring Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher, to the plate.
That ball looked like it was going to drop, and then it got caught up and just hung there for a second, allowed the center fielder to come up and make a play.
Yeah, no, that's just it. Initially it looked like it was going to be a ball that fell, but both Mustangs on base looking to tag. There was nothing they were able to do as shallow as that ball was caught by the center fielder. And Justin Flug takes the first pitch for a ball. Bottom of the second inning, Fort Morgan 1, Northridge 6. Mustangs have runners out at second and third as the 1-0 pitch is taken by Justin Flug. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on the Mustangs catcher. Brock Best gets the sign from his catcher Fulton. The big tall right-hander comes set. 2-0 pitch. Taken inside, ball 3. Likely with this 3-0 count, Flug will be taking. The base open down at first base. Don't anticipate we'll see anything good here from Best, as the Mustangs have their leadoff hitter David Mendez on deck. Fastball almost gets away from the catcher, but Fulton does a good job keeping him in front. It's going to be ball 4 on Flug. Mustangs load the bases back up.
For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts at West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan.
Courtesy runner for the Mustangs catcher is going to be Sergio Becerra. He enters the game at first base. As the Mustangs have the bases loaded and the leadoff hitter David Mendez steps in and takes strike 1 right down the middle. Pitch a little bit towards the outer half. Not what Mendez was looking for as he sets to receive the 0-1 pitch. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate taken for a strike. As the count quickly moves towards the Grizzlies' favor. No balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter David Mendez. Best 0-2 offering. Fouled back by Mendez as he fights to stay alive. Mustangs with James Martins out at third base. Ulysses Hernandez at second. Sergio Becerra, the courtesy runner, at first. The 0-2 pitch. Way outside, again by design, as Fulton was setting up in the left-handed batter's box. With Brock Best ahead with the 0-2 count. See if they couldn't get Mendez to chase. He took 1-2 pitch. Hit hard left side. Collected cleanly by the third baseman. He's just going to step on the bag for the force out, and that'll do it. In the bottom half of the second for the Mustangs. They get a run, leave 3 runners on base with 2 complete and in the books. Fort Morgan 1, Northridge 6. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider. Eddie Underwood Field, American Legion Ballpark in Fort Morgan, Colorado, where the Mustangs trail with complete in the books, 6-1, as Northridge has jumped ahead early in this baseball game. Nate Alexander, the starting pitcher for the Mustangs. Let a couple pitches get away from him. An error on the Mustangs, Fitzsimmons. And the Grizzlies scoring all 6 of their runs in that top half of the second. Mustangs answer with a run here in the bottom half, and now we're back to the top of the third inning now, and the batter for the Grizzlies is Brock Best. He takes ball 1 in the dirt by Martins, as Martins working quickly delivers his 1-0 pitch again high. It's going to be ball 2 on Brock Best, the pitcher for the Grizzlies. Brock batting 5th in the lineup for Northridge as James Martin winds up, delivers his 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball a little bit low. That's going to be ball 3. Mustangs left to right in the outfield. Mendez, Carver, Alexander. Misao Franco at third, Anderson at first. And working up the middle, Fitzsimmons at short, Hernandez at second. Martin's 3-0 pitch taken for a strike by Best. His count moves to 3-1. And Justin Flug continues to work behind the plate for the Mustangs. The 3-1 pitch taken down and inside, ball 4. Not a bad pitch there by Martins, but Martins has struggled a little bit here to consistently find the strike zone, and until he does, the umpire's not going to reward him. Best being the pitcher is going to get the courtesy runner. That runner's going to be Brian Walter down the line at first base. As the left-handed swinging Robert Fulton Had a bases clearing double. Really started this whole rally off for the Grizzlies back an inning ago as Martins throws over quickly, keeping the runner Walter close over at first. B106.com can follow us all year, pitch by pitch. Click on the appropriate link. Anywhere you have internet, follow the Mustangs all season long. B106.com. Good change up there by Martins as he jumps ahead quickly. No balls, one strike on the left-handed swinging Robert Fulton, the catcher for the visiting Grizzlies. Martins 0-1 pitch, a curveball. Throw down by Flug, not in time. As the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Robert Fulton. Martins gets the ball back from Anderson, now gets the sign from Flug. The right-hander sets his 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, hit right side in the 4-3 hole, is going to find its way through. Alex Adder fields it cleanly and right, gets it on quickly to Hernandez, the cutoff man at second. Walter only able to move up 90 feet on that single by Robert Fulton. Grizzlies now have runners at first and second, nobody out, top of the 3rd inning. This will be a big test for them here as they're going to have to get an out or two quickly before the Grizzlies can extend their lead. Michael Graff, the shortstop, steps in. Takes strike 1, breaking ball by Martins. Martins settling in his 2nd inning of work. The 0-1 pitch by the right-hander Martins on its way. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 2. Fitzsimmons relaying some signs there from short to the pitcher Martins. The Mustangs all year using the pickoff move to their advantage. See if anything's doing here. No balls, 2 strikes. Martins 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball high and outside, ball 1. Anderson at first playing behind the runner. That's a courtesy runner as well. Looks like number 36. As Anderson steps in on a back pick. Nothing doing. Fortunately, I don't have 36 here on my roster. If I find out his name, I'll bring it to you. But nonetheless, Mustangs taking advantage of pickoff moves all year. We've seen that back pick as we just saw again. And the 1-2 pitch. It's fouled off over first base dugout as batter here for the Grizzlies fights to stay alive. Michael Graff, the shortstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martins 1-2 pitch. Hit the center field. Garver on the run. He's not going to get there. Ball's in the right center field gap. Hits the fence. Garver's going to collect it and throw it in, but it's going to be a stand-up RBI double for Michael Graff. And Braden, if I don't remember correctly, wasn't it Graff that just hit the home run to about the same spot?
It was the excitement. That was hanging up in the air for him. I don't know, it must be the way he's hitting or the way the pitchers are throwing that. He likes that pitch because that's almost the identical result. Is that hit high off the fence?
Grizzlies now with runners at second and third, add another one to their side of the scoreboard and now lead 7-1 as Martins delivers his first pitch to Blake Carlin, number 8th hitter in the lineup for this. He gets the sign from Flug, again working quickly, comes to a set, a check of the runners, now delivers. 1-0 pitch, high, almost got away from Flug. Justin did a good job to keep that baseball in front, snagging it last minute. Looked a little bit awkward getting up there to catch it, but nonetheless keeps the baseball in front of him. 2 balls, no strikes now, the count on Blake Carlin. Martins checks the runner over at third again, now delivers. Like he aimed that pitch a little bit as it misses in the dirt, ball 3. Mustangs have the base open at first, but struggling to find outs here again in the top of the 3rd inning as Martins delivers the 3-0 pitch. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, called for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. No outs, top of the 3rd inning. The visiting Northridge Grizzlies lead home team Fort Morgan Mustangs 7-1. The 3-1 pitch by Martins on its way. Fastball in the dirt. Blocked and kept in front by Flug, but that's going to be ball 4 to Carlin and load the bases for the Grizzlies. Nobody throwing down the line for the Mustangs. Coach Langford hinting that this may be a day a lot of pitchers get some work. Mustangs coming off spring break. They did scrimmage the end of the week, as Braden talked a little bit about in the pregame. Mac Malone, the 9th hitter in the lineup for the Grizzlies, steps in and takes a big cut but misses on that breaking ball by Martins. Martins jumps ahead. Oh, no balls, 1 strike. 28 pitches already thrown here by Martins. Right down the middle, 14 balls, 14 strikes. And Flug and Martins can't get on the same page. Justin calls timeout and wants to talk to him.
Premier Farm Credit, committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Colorado Plains Medical Center, transforming lives each day. Colorado Plains Medical Center is where people choose to go for health care.
A 1 pitch hit again out to center field, right center field and shallow. Garver on the run instead. Ulysses Hernandez comes up with it. That ball took Ulysses far enough out that the runner from third's going to tag, and Ulysses' throw's not going to be able to get there in time as it's cut off by Anderson. And the base runner down the line at third scores, extending this lead here for the Grizzlies, 8-1. Long run there for Garver. He's able to come away with it, picks up the first out, Ulysses Hernandez. Garver was on the run as well, but Hernandez got there and called Garver off as he makes the play. And the base runner at third moves up 90 feet, picking up the run.
Northridge is doing a good job, to Josh, of just kind of taking what they get and just putting the ball in play. They're not really, other than that big 3-run home run, they're just putting the ball in play and running the bases.
Mustangs know every game in Tri-Valley League play is going to be tough, and the one team that Coach Langford all year has said will be one of the toughest is this Northridge Ball Club. And this Northridge Ball Club gave the Mustangs a little bit of a fit on the 17th of March when we saw them last, and they're proving again that they're a ball club that's going to show up every day ready to play as they lead here at the top of the third inning, 8-1. Still have runners out at first and second. Michael Graff is at second. Blake Carlin's at first. Martins has fallen behind here to Brad Marks, the leadoff hitter. 3 balls and no strikes as he looks to try to get back into this count. Check of the runners. The right-hander delivers. Fastball for a strike.
This is a team you mentioned earlier, Josh, that Northridge hasn't played a game in 11 days. You wouldn't have guessed that. They looked pretty just tuned and oiled and ready to go.
Perfect practice makes perfect, and likely they've done some good work in the practice setting because they've come out today ready to play. Ball's hit down the left field line. Laying out is Mendez in foul territory. Hit the end of his glove, but he's not able to come away with it. A great effort there by David Mendez. Laying out, sacrificing his body for his ball club. Almost comes away with the catch, but that baseball just out of his reach as the count now evens up. 3 balls, 2 strikes on that foul ball hit down the line by Marks. Misael Franco, Fitzsimmons, Mendez all gave it chase. Mendez laying out, just ran out of room. The 3-2 pitch by Martins, runners going. Swung on hit out to left center field. That ball is going to fall. With the runners moving, the runner's going to score easily from second. Carlin's going to go first to third, and Marks is going to be on with the single. As the Grizzlies aren't going away without a fight, as they now have runners at first and third and still only 1 out in this third inning. The runners in motion like that, it's always hard to cut them down at the plate as they've got a full head of momentum running around as just what happened here. First and third for the Grizzlies. Martins gets a sign from Flug after Flug directs traffic with the first and third situation with his defense. First pitch is fouled off. Martins jumps ahead quickly. No balls, one strike on the second hitter in the Grizzlies lineup, Tyler Vasquez. 9-1 is our score. Grizzlies lead the Mustangs. Top of the third inning, one out. Grizzlies have base runners at first and third as Martin sets and now steps off. Didn't like what he saw over his shoulder over at first base. No throw, just steps off, regroups. Going to get a new sign from the Mustangs catcher, Justin Flug. The 0-1 pitch on its way, taken for a strike inside part of the plate as Martins jumps ahead quickly here on Vasquez. No balls, two strikes. Mustangs going to have to answer back here quickly on the offensive side of things as they're only going to have so many chances. The 0-2 pitch fouled off over the first base dugout, out of play as Vasquez fights to stay alive. Even with an 8-run lead, I wouldn't be surprised here, Braden, if that runner at first gets put in motion here. Mustangs can't be caught sleeping. That's always the fear with a big inning, is your defense gets lulled to sleep and then makes a mistake. So let's hope that's something that doesn't happen. But the 0-2 pitch misses outside, ball one. Defense hasn't been much of an issue this season for the Mustangs. They've played pretty well. They have made a couple errors. For the most part, handle things pretty well. 1-2 pitch popped up, out of play, straight back. As Vasquez stays alive.
For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title at 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan.
Mustangs out of baseballs here as we're Flug reloads. Set the table, not what the Mustangs were wanting, but we sit top of the third inning, 9-1. The Grizzlies lead Fort Morgan. Mustangs here at home this afternoon. Have one out top of the third inning. And the 1-2 pitch, again, throw over. Martins keeping Marks close over at first base. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Marks gets sent and put in motion. 1-2 pitch, fastball swung on, again fouled off and out of play. Tyler Vasquez, right-handed swinging bat for the Grizzlies. Fouled a couple pitches off here and it's making Martins work. First and third are the runners for the Grizzlies. Martins gets the sign, now comes set, quick check of the runners. 1-2 pitch, fastball, fouled straight back off the screen.
Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for letter jackets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They're also your local experts in customizing your team's sports apparel. That's Bijou T-Quest.
The eighth pitch on the way, this at bat for Vasquez. 1-2 is the count. One out top of the third inning. Martins comes set, the right-hander delivers. Curveball swung on, flied deep to center field. Garver going back, collects himself under the baseball. Is going to make the catch. Gets it on quickly to Fitzsimmons. Base runner Carlin's going to tag up and score from third on the sacrifice fly by Tyler Vasquez and extends the lead here for the Grizzlies now to 9. Good piece of hitting as Vasquez fought off a lot of pitches there, made Martins work and make something come of that at bat as he picks up the sacrifice fly and RBI after that lengthy at bat. First pitch to Jordan Francis, the 3-hole hitter for the Grizzlies, is taken for a strike. Good breaking ball there by Martins as he jumps ahead quickly. No balls, one strike. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit to right center field. Alexander on this horse. He doesn't get there in time as it hit the fence. Garver backing him up is going to collect the baseball, gets it into Hernandez, the cutoff man. It's going to be a triple as the throw's not in time to Misael Franco, and sliding in is the battered Francis. Marks scores from first. Anderson playing Alexander's playing closer to the line than he was the gap. There's a big gap out there as neither Garver or Alexander's able to come up with it in the air. Garver gets the throw, and it's the triple for Francis. Now extends this lead to 10, 11-1. The Grizzlies lead the Mustangs. Not what we expected to see again here this afternoon, but Martins falls behind quickly to Humberto Martinez. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is called for a strike as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strikes. James Martins now comes set and delivers again another breaking ball. This one misses inside, ball 2. Francis cleans the bases with his triple. Throw is made in Misal, just not in time as Francis slides in safely to third, and Grizzlies have extended their lead as one cheers fouled back and out of play. Things even up on Martinez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 3rd inning. 11-1 is our score. The Grizzlies lead the Mustangs. Fort Morgan here at home this afternoon, Eddie Underwood Field, Fort Morgan. American Legion Park is Martins' 2-2 pitch on its way. Curveball swung on. Fielded cleanly by Martins. And it's going to be thrown on to first to end the inning. Well played by Martins, fielding his position on the hard-hit ground ball. His throw over to Anderson is going to get the Mustangs out of this jam. And with 2.5 in the books, we head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Northridge 11, Fort Morgan 1. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. It's 3. We'll take a quick break. Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back here at Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, where the Mustangs trail the Grizzlies 11-3. Pitching change for the Mustangs as Michael Fitzsimmons takes over here in the top of the 4th inning, delivers his first pitch for a ball. Ulysses Hernandez moves over to shortstop. Looks like David Mendez has come in from left field and is now playing at second base. Nate Alexander moves across to left field as the pitcher Brock Best hits a shot over Alexander's head off the left field fence, and that's going to stand up double. Courtesy runner for the pitcher Best comes back in. That's number 30. Jacob Frick re-enters the baseball game out in right field. We'll get the table set here shortly and bring those changes to you as that pitch is fouled off by the catcher Fulton down the right field line as Fitzsimmons jumps ahead. No balls, 1 strike on Fulton. Best with the leadoff double. Fulton takes the 0-1 pitch for a ball. And the 1 swung left field. Alexander settles in under it, makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. Good pitch by Fitzsimmons, the new Mustangs pitcher. Fulton, the left-handed swinging bat, drives that ball the other way, but Anderson settles under it nicely for the out. As nothing the courtesy runner can do out there at second as he stays put on second base. At courtesy runners, number 30, Brian Walter. First pitch by Fitzsimmons to Graff is called for a strike, and Fitzsimmons wants to make sure Walter's thinking about him and does a little spin move. Nothing doing on the pickoff attempt as Fitzsimmons delivers the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply into the right center gap. Garver on the run collects it. It's going to be a long single and hit far enough that the courtesy runner Walter is going to come around and score. Just fast as the Mustangs answer, the Grizzlies answer right back. And add another to their side of the scoreboard as it's now 12-3. Braden again, that ball right center, right at the scoreboard. Grizzlies have been doing it all day. First pitch swinging is Blake Carlin. That ball is not going to be able to be run down by the Mustangs shortstop Hernandez. Everybody's running.
This is just bad luck for the Mustangs. Northridge has done a great job just placing the ball. I mean, they've really it capitalized on every mishap that the Mustangs have had, and just right there, a little bloop pop-up that gave 3 Mustangs a run for their money, and Mustangs ran out of time as that ball drops in for a base hit. Actually, it's double.
Originally, what looked to be a seeing eye single took Ulysses Hernandez so far out of the way, and then he kind of kicked that ball before collected. Carlin out of the box from the start, got all the way to second base. So the Grizzlies now have runners at second and third as Mac Malone, big swing, fly ball out to right field. Frick collects it. But that baseball took him back a couple steps, and the runner's going to be able to tag from third. That's Graff. Graff scores, adding again another run here to the tally. On that deep fly ball to right field. Frick did a good job there, just having to go back on that baseball. It's never easy to throw a runner out at the plate. That's a long throw for him to make. So, second out of this 4th inning on that fly out, and first pitch swinging as these Grizzlies are really aggressive. That ball's hit far and deep. Alexander gets to the fence. It hits off the fence as it's going to be a stand-up double. And the Grizzlies just aren't letting up here, unfortunately, for the Mustangs.
This just looks like batting practice for the Grizzlies. They're just nonchalant up to the plate, deep fly ball after deep fly ball.
It's going to bring up Tyler Vasquez after that stand-up double, and he's first pitch swinging. He got a lot of this baseball. Alexander's able to come up with it on the warning track. For a second, it looked like that baseball was going to get out of here. But Alexander able to find room and collects it after the Grizzlies answer back and pick up the 2 runs. The Mustangs in the bottom half of the 3rd. With 3.5 complete and in the books. Grizzlies 14, Mustangs 3. We'll take a quick break. Listen to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, Eddie Underwood Field here in Colorado, where the Mustangs trail the visiting Grizzlies 14-3. On the scoreboard, if you're with us on our Gamecast, trying to help the Mustangs out. I've given them a run as it shows 14-4. I'll have to change that later. Misael Franco, the 1-1 pitch, grounds at third base, thrown across the diamond for the force. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. Mac Malone to Humberto Martinez. Misael, not a bad piece of hitting, but third baseman over there all day. Mac Malone's proven he can pick it as he gets the out. Mustangs trying to get some momentum and may take a little luck to get back in this baseball game. As you said, Braden, it's just been kind of a day of bad luck as everything just seems to be falling for the Grizzlies.
Another thing to mention, Josh, is the Mustangs didn't throw their starting pitcher today either. I mean, we saw Nate Alexander to start the game, then James Martins, then Michael Fitzsimmons. Matt Goto wasn't able to pitch today, and that could be a big factor as well.
Yeah, and we talked to Coach. It's a big week of baseball. They've got this baseball game here still today to finish up. They've got 7 innings to play tomorrow and another 7 innings to play on Saturday. And it's going to take a toll on their staff, and somebody's going to have to step up and want the baseball and get out there on that mound and perform. We'll see what happens in this Frederick series coming up and seeing if the Mustangs can answer here this afternoon with still quite a few opportunities left. Fluke drives the 1-1 pitch, high right field. Right fielder calls off the second baseman as he comes away with the second out this inning. Fluke fouled a ball hard left side and then took that next pitch to right field, but Mustangs have to do a better job getting on top of the baseball. These fly balls make it easy on the Grizzlies defense, as there's now 2 outs here in the bottom half of this 4th inning. First pitch swinging is David Mendez, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs, and he's going to get the single as that ball is fielded by the center fielder, Francis, and thrown now back into second. But Mendez not wasting any time as he jumps on that first pitch. Line drive back up the middle. Mustangs have a runner on at first, and that's going to bring the number 2 hitter, Nick Garver. Garver has a double and a ground out. He takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball, gets away from the catcher. Mendez is going to move up 90 feet to second on that pass ball. And the Mustangs now have another runner here in scoring position, and they need a run. Trailing by 10, they're going to run out of opportunities. With the high school mercy rule in effect, 10 runs after 5 innings, it's a ball game, and the Mustangs only have 4 outs left. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count to the Mustangs center fielder, Nick Garver. Mendez on at second base, reached on a single. Advanced on the wild pitch. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Mustangs trail the Northridge Grizzlies 14-3. As Brock Best delivers his 1-0 pitch, a fastball down and outside, ball 2. Grizzlies likely to ride Best as long as they can here. Best beating these Mustangs on the 17th as well, as the right-hander delivers his 2-0 pitch. 3-0 pitch. That's going to be ball 4 to Garver. As the Mustangs now have as their second base runner this inning, with Garver down the line at first. Alexander Mendez out at second. And Michael Fitzsimmons, the new Mustang pitcher, steps into the plate. Fitzsimmons 0 for 1 with a ground out. He reached on a walk. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Fitzsimmons swinging first pitch. Hard ground ball, third base. Malone just going to step on the bag for the force out to end the Mustangs' threat. 4 complete here at Eddie Underwood Field. Fort Morgan trails Northridge 14-3. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, P106, P106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back with you. Fort Morgan Baseball, a home game for the Mustangs, as it's not been pretty. Mustangs haven't been able to really fight here with the Grizzlies, as the Grizzlies have just gotten a lot of luck and taken advantage of some extra opportunities as they lead 14-3. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, pitching change for the Mustangs. Fitzsimmons now out of this baseball game, with Matt Godo coming in on the mound, finishing his warm-up pitches. From left to right field, Nate Alexander's out in left, Nick Garver's in center, Jacob Frick's out in right, Aaron Anderson at first, David Mendez at second, Misael Franco at third, and Ulysses Hernandez the shortstop. Justin Flug continues behind the plate, and Matt Godo set to deliver his first pitch here this afternoon. Jordan Francis, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Grizzlies, takes strike 1. Godo winds up his 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses high and inside. 1-1 the count on the number 3 hitter, Jordan Francis, for the Grizzlies. Likely see David Mendez start tomorrow, I would assume. Not to get ahead of ourselves, we've still got some baseball game left here today, but the Mustangs will be back in action again tomorrow against Frederick on the road. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Gets away from Flug, but he's going to throw it down to first in time. Drop third strike, and then the put out. It's going to be the first out here in the top of the 5th inning on the strikeout by Godo.
Good to see Godo come out and attack that first hitter, as he hasn't thrown in quite a few days. So good to see a Mustang pitcher come out and start like they did.
Godo's first pitch to Martinez, taken for a strike. Godo's thrown 5 pitches here already. 4 of them have been strikes. The 0-1 pitch on the way by the right-hander is taken for a strike 2. There's a pinch hitter here for the Grizzlies, as it looks to be Jared Martinez. Batting for Humberto Martinez, the first baseman. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Swung on and fouled left side. Out of play. Franco comes away with it, but collects it about the third base box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down on the pinch hitter, Jared Martinez. 14-3 is our score. Mustangs trail, and Godo's 1-2 pitch gets away from him. Almost hits Martinez as things even up 2-2.
Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast College's hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush.
Godo winds up his 2-2 pitch, swung on, hit the left center field. Jared Martinez running, but not able to get to second, as Frick does a good job cutting off that baseball and gets it in quickly. And Martinez is going to have to stay put at first with the single. Well hit baseball by Martinez going the other way, and it's just been the story of the day, Braden. The Grizzlies have worn out, absolutely worn out that right center field gap.
Oh, yeah, it's just that they picked a spot, and that's where they're hitting to it, and I don't know if that's something they did. I wasn't with you at that Saturday game. If that's something they did there, or they sure displayed a great piece of hitting here today.
First pitch taken before a ball to the pitcher, Brock Best. Quick throw over by Godo, keeping Martinez close. As he now gets the sign, comes, sets, delivers. 1-0 pitch, curveball, swung on and missed. Good breaking ball by Matt Godo. As the count moves to 1 ball, 1 strikes, 1 out, top of the 5th inning. 14-3 is our score. As Godo's 1-1 pitch is fouled straight back into the screen. And Matt's quickly ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brock Best. Martinez down after his single. Best set to deliver his 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on line to Misael. Thrown back across to first and wildly. Anderson's going to collect it. Not what you want to see happen, but Best hits a hard line drive. Misael Franco comes away with it and then throws wildly, trying to double up Martinez. That throw goes to the fence and allows Martinez to move up 90 feet to second. Not what you'd like to see happen. But nonetheless, Martinez moves up 90 feet. He's in scoring position at second. The left-handed swinging catcher, Robert Fulton, steps in. Godo's curveball gets away from Flug. Flug's throw to third. Just far enough away from Flug that the runner Martinez pushed the issue on that pass ball. But Flug had the chance. But it broke a little bit late as the 1-0 pitch is on its way, taken for a strike. Grizzlies with the base runner 90 feet away in Martinez. The left-handed swinging catcher Fulton. 1-1 the count on him as Godo winds up, delivers. Breaking ball down and outside, ball 2. Wind's picked up a little bit here this afternoon as Godo's 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3. Couple bases open here. Mustangs with 2 outs. Fultz hurt them today. He's 2 for 3 with a double, a single. As Godo's 3-1 pitch, breaking ball called for a strike. As things fill up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Michael Graff. As the 3-2 pitch, Godo, fastball, strike 3, looking. Good pitch by Godo. That's going to do it for the Grizzlies in the top of the 5th. Mustangs heading to the plate. 4.5 in the Grizzlies lead, 14-3. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider, American Legion Park, Eddie Underwood Field, Mustangs here at home. Baseball game has not gone their way this afternoon, as the Grizzlies have just been relentless. Drive balls to that right center gap and extra base hit after extra base hit. The Mustangs just haven't been able to answer and trail here as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, 14-3. Aaron Anderson, the left-handed swinging bat for the Mustangs, steps in, takes ball 1. Anderson this afternoon 2 for 2 with 2 singles. As he swings at that 1-0 offering, fouled left side. Is there room for the Grizzlies to get there? No. Ball lands in foul territory as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Aaron Anderson. 14-3 is our score. If you're following us on the iScore ESPN Game Tracker app, I've given the Mustangs an extra run trying to help them out here this afternoon. As the 1-1 pitch on the way by Best. Curveball called for a strike. Pitch on the outer half. Didn't look good to Anderson. He takes it. 1-2 now the count. He's going to have to fight a pitch off to stay alive. As the curveball is hit right back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Anderson. That's going to be his 3rd single here. Shortstop fielded it cleanly, but he ran into a second baseman, and Anderson was already down the line, so there wasn't a chance to get him. It's going to be an infield single for Anderson. And it's going to bring up Jacob Frick. with that substitution the Mustangs made, it's going to eliminate their DH, and Frick's going to get the chance to swing the bat here this afternoon. After some words of encouragement from Coach Langford, first pitch swinging, a big cut, comes up empty. Strike one. Mustangs again back in action tomorrow on the road at Frederick High School. We'll have that game 4 o'clock. And then at home on Saturday to finish that Tri-Valley League Series against Frederick High School Saturday afternoon. Another big cut by Frick. Again comes up with nothing as the count moves to no balls, 2 strikes. On the Mustangs right fielder, number 24, Jacob Frick. Anderson off the bag at first. Best gives him a quick check. Delivers the 0-2 pitch at the knees. Strike 3 looking as Frick goes down for the first out here this inning. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Mustangs trail 14-3. And another pinch hitter here for the Mustangs as Cole Frisbee steps in. Big left-handed bat for the Mustangs. Frisbee tightens his batting gloves, now steps in, ready to receive his first pitch here from Brock Best. Frisbee first pitch swinging, fouls the ball straight back into the screen. Good cut by Frisbee. You know, Braden, we've talked about in the play all afternoon. The one Mustangs hitter that's proven he can do that all year long has been Frisbee. He's driven that ball to the left center gap pretty routinely this year. And even some flyouts to the left fielder, but nonetheless, he's proven he can go the other way with some power. Frisbee gets caught fishing there as he swings and misses at that changeup. And the count moves, no balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, Mustangs need a run or 2 to stay alive. Anderson's down the line at first after his single. The 1-1 pitch to Frisbee's hit weakly right side. Fielded by the first baseman. Thrown on for the force to Anderson. Back in time. No. Grizzlies want the umpires to talk to each other. The throw was in time. It just looked like the first baseman wasn't able to get back as Frisbee will be safe at first, and that'll bring up Sergio Becerra. Sergio's going to step in for his pinch hit opportunity here.
That was a close play. I don't blame the Grizzlies for arguing that, besides the fact that it's 14-3.
Yeah, Anderson forced out 3-6. The shortstop throwing back to the first baseman just wasn't able to get back to the bag in time. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Sergio Becerra steps in as the pinch hitter for Nate Alexander, and he takes strike 1. Frisbee off the bag at first, held on by Martinez. Becerra to the right side, is going to fall in front of the right fielder. Good piece of hitting by Becerra. And with that base hit, Sergio collects the hit. Frisbee moves up 90 feet, and Misael Franco steps in.
Josh, that's the 3rd Mustang batter we've seen go opposite field this inning.
Maybe if we keep talking about it, they'll do what we asked them to. Something they haven't been able to do routinely yet this season. But something they may be starting to figure out. First pitch, Misael looked like he checked his swing, but the umpire's going to say he went around. That's going to be strike 1 on Misael. Misael didn't like it. I can't disagree with him. Didn't look like he made an attempt, but the umpire says far enough. As the next pitch here gets away from the catcher again. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch gets away. Count's going to even up 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch. Mustangs wanting to play some more baseball. The Grizzlies want to go home with the win. 14-3 is our score. Mustangs need these 2 runs. As Misael Franco has the 1-1 count. Right-hander Best delivers. Fastball inside part of the plate, taken for a strike. As the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Misael Franco. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Mustang 11 with high school baseball in the Mercy Rule. 10 after 5, that's the ball game. And Misael swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Final with 5 in the books 14-3, Mustangs lose a tough baseball game. We'll take a quick break, be back with some final numbers. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball on B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Braden Schneider back with you. Mustangs postgame show brought to you by High Plains Bank in Wiggins. No matter what your loans need, stop by High Plains Bank, 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins today. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts, as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Final score this afternoon, the visiting Northridge Grizzlies 14, the home team Fort Morgan Mustangs 3. As this Grizzlies will be a thorn in the side for the Mustangs all season long, as they lost a tough ball game on the road on March 17th to this same ball club. These Grizzlies come back again today and put up another couple big innings, and the Mustangs just don't have the answer. So Mustangs are going to have to put this one behind them quickly as we move on to tomorrow's Tri-Valley League contest against Frederick. The Mustangs now fall to 2-2 in Tri-Valley League play, 6-3 overall. Spring break, they had a scrimmage. We thought they'd come out and get after it. It's not that they didn't. It's just the Grizzlies got after it a little bit more than we did.
Most definitely. And as you and I mentioned it earlier on in this ball game, things just going Northridge's way. It wasn't that Fort Morgan played bad. Northridge just played exceptionally well. They hit balls to the gap. Their pitching staff, Brock Best, hands down, you have to give him the player of the game. He threw an outstanding game. He threw the majority of his pitches were over the outside part of the plate. That curveball was lethal. Mustangs really just never had an answer. Everything they hit was a ground ball or a pop-up. He never really gave the Mustangs even an opportunity to see. We didn't see one deep ball that was hit deep.
Well, and what you got to understand is that is a great Northridge ball club. And with that said, 4 runs has to be enough to beat that team. 4 runs has to be enough to beat the Northridge Ball Club. And with that said, the Mustangs scoring 4, it has to be enough. But nonetheless, that Grizzlies Ball Club is just that much better. So nonetheless, the final here today, 14-3. The final lines for the Grizzlies, 14 runs on 15 hits, leaving 4 runners on base. The Mustangs scoring 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, leaving 7 runners on base. I'd like to thank our sound engineer and producer, Mustang Baseball, in the studio, Trenton Klimper. I'm Josh Miller alongside Braden Schneider, where the final score, 14-3. You've been listening to Mustangs Baseball on B106, B106.com. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.